Namaste y'all, Courtney here. Today we're going to do a short, sweet sequence focused on yoga for stronger glutes. So get yourself to tabletop, finding all fours, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. A little rock and sway at first, a few basic cat-cows just to connect with your breath. And gently start to feel your way into your lower back, your mid-spine, and of course the upper back, shoulders, and neck. 2 more arching as you inhale. Rounding as you exhale. And then sit back on the heels. Roll yourself up on the inhalation. And just melt the shoulders back and down on the exhalation. Take a few more, shrug. Release. Consciously moving with breath. At first easy, and then it gets a little bit more challenging. You're going to lift yourself up so you're in a high kneeling position, hips over the knees. Send your left heel straight off your left hip. Turn the left toes forward, root down through the outer edge of the foot, lift up through the inner thigh. For gate pose, sliding the left hand down the leg toward that upper outer calf. Right arm reaches wide, eventually sending it up and even over. Take a few more breaths, stretching through that right and left waist. Roll the chest up, draw the navel in as you breathe out. Maybe go a little further with the left fingertips, all the while rooting down to lift up through that inner thigh. Now pass through neutral, still lengthening the tailbone, lifting through the heart. You'll bring your right hand down toward the earth under the right shoulder when the torso is long. Fingertips to the floor or block, whatever works. Reach and open the left side of the chest, and then start to lift from the outer left hip and glute the left leg up toward hip height. And draw the navel in as you breathe out. Sweep the left arm over the ear. You can stay here for the next few breaths, or taking it further, bring the left knee toward the chest. Kick your foot back, roll the heart forward. Rooting down, roll the chest up. Soft face, soft shoulders, last breath or two on this first side of this gate sequence. And then all the while breathing in and out as you unwind. Still working from that outer hip, glute region. Rooting down, inhale up. Exhale to relax for at least a moment, maybe even sitting back to the heels, shrugging the shoulders once or twice. Letting anything up and out that just needs to go. And lifting up, tailbone lengthens, sternum lifts. Send your right heel out to the right or whichever foot, leg you didn't do yet. Toes are facing forward, rooting down, lift the inner right thigh up, even the pelvic floor gently lifts up. Walking your right fingertips right. Left arm reaches out and eventually up. Create the sense of lift and length. And then finally a side stretch, taking it over. Now the stretch in the upper waist, the left waist is pretty obvious. Bring it into the right waist, the right ribs. Another moment just to be here. And then taking it further, passing through neutral. Left hand, left fingertips to the floor, wrist under shoulder. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Eventually from the outer right hip, glute, lift the right leg up. Maybe sweep the top arm over. Staying put or adding more, bend that right knee. Hook the ankle, kick the foot back, draw the chest forward and up. Grounding down to lift, feeling that bottom hip, glute engaged, but not gripping or squeezing if at all avoidable. Let the belly of the chest lift for one more inhale. And then slowly exhale, start to release. Inhale to rise. And over the next breath or two, exhaling, let it go. Sit back to the heels for just a moment. Shrugging and releasing. Encourage a horse breath, fluttering the lips on the exhalation. Now from here, you're going to lift yourself up. Walking into mountain pose, standing tall, feet roughly hip bone distance. Feel free to peek down. Inner thighs rolling back, toes reaching forward. Inhale, bend the knees, heels heavy, toes a little light. For the next few exhales, draw the navel in as you breathe out. Gazing forward, not down. And then feel that sense of space through all four sides of you. Stay committed to this chair shape. Maybe pick up the right foot for the next inhale and exhale. You'll tap it down. You'll pick up that left foot for the next inhale and exhale. You'll tap it down using the strength of the legs, root to rise. With your exhalation, let the arms relax. A little shake and shimmy, loosen up for a moment. Now the idea is to have the feet hip to shoulder width, a little wider if the knees are tender or you identify as just being stiff, sore. Getting into Utkatasana, the chair with a slightly wider base. You might feel like it's similar to a fitness squat, a traditional stationary squat, and it is. Bending the knees, we do want to sit our booty back and down as we reach the arms forward, maybe all the way up. And then grounding through your heels, your feet, use the legs to rise and let the arms release, opening the chest, the belly. On the inhale, you're bending your knees deeply, Utkatasana, chair pose. Root to rise, exhaling, Tadasana, mountain pose. Keep going with that, deep breath in. Complete breath out. I encourage you to take at least 3 more. Last time. And staying with mountain, take at least 1 more big breath in, maybe that horse breath to let stress, soreness up and out. Coming to the right foot, do pick up the left knee. Reaching around, catching your balance, creating a soft focus or a drishti point. Maybe bending, re-extending that standing leg once or twice to help you lift the quad, activate the glute to engage the standing leg, avoiding jamming into the knee. Left thumb to hip, draw it back. Start to roll the chest open and maybe find a deeper twist on the exhale. At any point, left heel reaches forward, slip the hand to the outer thigh. Take another breath or 2 in this variation of big toe pose. A standing twist, strengthening the legs, waking up the belly, the core, activating the spine. Let's bring it back to neutral, maybe holding for another inhale. Lift the back ribs, soften the front ribs, hike the leg up a touch. And then exhale, you did it. Shake it out, shimmy it out, do what feels good. Side 2. So picking up that right knee. If for any reason you did the other leg, no big deal. Bending, re-extending once or twice here, and definitely throughout that twist if helpful. And a variation on Padangustasana translates to big toe pose. We're taking our right thumb to right hip. More of a standing twist in this variation, start to revolve. Thumb is up, traps are down, opening up the chest, maybe turn the head, the neck, the gaze. It can be as far as the thumb, but not forcing it. Letting it be more about what's happening in the spine. Scan the body, engage the core. Maybe wake up the leg, again, bending and straightening not only that top leg, but the bottom knee, if it helps you to wake up the muscles around the joint. Bringing it all back to center. At least 1 more inhale, 1 more exhale if you can. And then you did it, that's that. Walk the feet roughly mat width, or if you're just standing on the ground, maybe 1 meter, just shy of 1 meter. And then little rocks and sways, a circle or 2. Letting your hips move and roll. Stretching out some of that work. After a minute or so, stretching, rolling out the hips, the legs. You can step or jump feet back toward each other. Bring your hands to your heart center. And of course, continuing on with another one of my offerings or letting that be your practice for now. Namaste.